Hare Krishna. Hello friends, how are you all doing? I hope you all are doing well. This is Ritendra. I am preacher of Srimad Bhagavad Gita and today I come with very special lecture. Today I am going to talk about how to live a detached life, how to live a renounced order of life. But before I start my lecture, I would like to introduce Srimad Bhagvattam. This is Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and I am going to talk about Uddhav Gita or Uddhav Bhagavad Gita. So, Lord Krishna taught to Uddhav, his best friend, and whatever he taught in this particular canto, I am going to talk and I am going to tell to all of you. I am going to talk mainly. I am going to talk about how to live a detached life. Lord Krishna stated to Uddhav how to live a renounced order of life, and who can reach to me, the particular person who is very foolish and stupid and childish person, and another one is who is in spiritual knowledge. Both people will means both people will surely reach to me. This is stated by Lord Krishna. Here let's get into detachment from all that is material. Whatever has material, we just have to detach ourselves from this all things. So let's get into परिग्रहो हि दुखाय यत प्रतिप्रयत नुणाय अनंत सुखा मा प्रोति तद विद्वान यस्वत किश्चिनः. Here stated, a saintly Brahman said, everyone considers certain things within the material world to be the most dear to him. In this material world, certain things, everyone has certain things, which one is most dear to him or her. Even I am having something, which one is most dear to me. I am having such kind of material attachment. Everyone, each and every living entity, they are having a something or certain things which one is most dear to him or her, and because of the attachment of such a things, one eventually become a miserable, and after losing of particular things or particular attachment, particular person will surely become a miserable. Means one who understands this gives up material possessiveness. Listen it very carefully. One who understands how to give up the material possessiveness and attachment, and thus achieve the unlimited happiness. That kind of person will surely get unlimited happiness. Detachment is a main way or main path to get a supreme happiness. Listen it very carefully. What I have said. Detachment is the main way to achieve supreme happiness. Detachment is the main path to achieve supreme happiness. If we would have to get a supreme happiness, then we have to detach. We have to detach from all kind of material possessiveness. Further said, Samisha kuruha jadra buli nayopi niramisah tadamisha parityajaya sa sukha sam vidvan. Here, once a group of large hawks who were unable to find any prey attack another, and a weaker hawk who was holding some meat at that time being in the danger of his life, and hawk gave up his meat and experienced actual happiness. There is a hawk, the particular hawk who are having a meat in his mouth, it is very danger, means that particular hawk will find a danger to get attacked on it, because he has hold a meat, or it has hold a meat, because if he gives up meat particle, then he will surely get a happiness, supreme happiness. In a family life, listen it very carefully. In a family life, parents are always in anxiety about their homes, children, and reputation. This is actually rightly applicable in this current scenario. Parents are always thinking how to make a career of my son or daughter, but they are not thinking how to build a character of my son or daughter. In a family life, the parents are always in anxiety about their homes, children, and reputation. But I have nothing to do with these things. I don't worry at all about my family. And I don't care about honor and dishonor. I enjoy only the life of the soul, and I find love on spiritual platform. Thus I wander the earth like a child. Thus Thus I wander the earth like a child. We just have to behave like a child. I don't have to care about family, reputation, honor, dishonor, anything. I just have to think about Lord Krishna. Spiritual things we have to think. Spiritual motivation means we would have to get. In this world, two type of the people are free from all anxiety and merged into great happiness. Lord Krishna here mentioned there are two kind of people. There are two kind of people who are very happy in this material world. Who will get the happiness, free from all kind of anxiety and merged into great happiness. One who is separate, one who is means one who is retarded and child is full. First one is who is retarded of mind and child is full. And another one who has approached the Supreme Lord, the particular person who is in spiritual knowledge, and the particular person who is retarded with mind and also child is full. The both people will surely get a supreme happiness. And who is beyond the three mode of our material nature. Supreme personality God is Lord Krishna. He is beyond from all three mode of the material nature, Rajas, Tamas and Sattva gunas. Once a marriageable young girl was alone in her house because her parents and relatives had gone that day another place. At that time a few men arrived at house, specially desiring to marry her, and she received them with all hospitality. One day, one girl, who is marriageable girl, and her parents, her all the family member went out to attend some function or something like that, and some people came to her house in order they are having a desire to get married with that particular girl, and that particular girl respected and to all the people with hospitality. The girl went to a private place and began to make a preparation so that the unexpected male guest could eat. And she was beating the rice, and the council bracelet on her arms were colliding and making a loud. She has adorned herself with a council bracelet and also wear a good ornament or beautiful ornament. The young girl feared that the man would consider her family to be poor because the daughter was busily engaged in the menial task of the husking rice. And being very intelligent, the shy girl broke the shell bracelet from her arms and leaving just two on each wrist. She wore two bracelets on her two wrists, and she thought that if I am breaking the rice, then these people will consider my family as a poor family. And thereafter, the young girl continued to husk the rice, and the two bracelets on each wrist continued to collide and make a noise. And therefore, she took a bracelet off each arm, and with only one left on each wrist, there was no more noise because of their both bracelets are colliding with each other and making a noise. She has removed one bracelet, and because of removing the one bracelet, the noise was broken down. O subduer of enemy, I travel through the surface of the earth, learning constantly about the nature of this world. Thus I personally witnessed the lesson of the young girl. When many people live together in one place, listen it very carefully. We have to learn many things from Srimad Bhagvattam, and this story we can learn how to get detached from all such a things. Because actually, in this story, the story of the true bracelets are together, and because of their bracelet are together, they are actually making a noise. And if one bracelet has removed, then the noise has or means the noise has totally broken down. In order to get details from all things, in order to broken down all the material lines, we just have to remove whatever we are having attachment or attached things, and there will be previous conversation and disagreement. Therefore, to avoid a conflict, one should live alone, and we learn from an example of the bracelet of the young girl. In order to to avoid a confrontation, in order to avoid a disagreement, we just have to live alone, like a bracelet of the particular young girl. This is too good. Seriously, we have to live alone. We have to live secluded life. Otherwise, we will collide with people, and we will have a disagreement. We will have a confrontation. And in order to avoid such all things, we just have to live a secluded life. Having a perfect yoga, setting a posture and conquer the breathing process, one should make the mind steady by detachment and the regulated practice of yoga. And thus one should carefully fix the mind upon the single goal of yoga practice. One should fix his mind in the single goal of yoga practice. A mind, the mind can be controlled when it is fixed on the Supreme Personality Godhead. Listen it very carefully. How to control your mind? In order to control your mind, you just have to fix. You just have to think about the sensory organs. Once you think about the sensory organs, you will surely control your mind. And you just have to think who you are and what you have done for the people, for the society, for the young people. You just have to think about these all things. And if you think that, you will surely control your mind. If you fix your mind in the Supreme Personality Godhead, then you will surely get Supreme Personality Godhead. You can surely you can surely live an unattached life. And having achieved a stable situation, the mind becomes free from polluted desire to execute material activities, and thus, as a mode of godness increase in the strength, one can completely give up the mode of passion and ignorance. Gradually, one transcends even a material mode of goodness. When the mind is freed from fuel of the modes of nature, the fire of the material existence is extinguished, and then one achieves the transcendental platform of direct relationship with the object of his meditation of the Supreme Lord. How to meditate of the Supreme Lord? We just have to understand these things. If we have to fix our mind unto Supreme Lord, then we will surely get all. We can surely make ourselves free from all kind of material attachment, and gives up all the modes of patience and ignorance. We just have to establish in this with the sattva gunas. And thus, when one's consciousness is completely fixed on the absolute truth, the Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality Godhead, Lord Krishna, one no longer sees a duality or internal or external reality. The example is given of the arrow makers, and who was so absorbed in making a straight arrow, and he didn't even see or notice the king himself, and who was passing the right to next. And a saintly person should remain alone and constantly travel without any fixed residence. Saintly person would like to keep himself remain alone and constantly travel without fixed any residence, being alert. He should remain secluded and should act in such a way that he is not recognized or noticed by others. He has to act. Such an act is not it should not noticed by others. And moving without a companion, he should not speak more than required. Means secluded person or the saintly person should not speak whatever he has required to speak. When a person living in the temporary material body tries to construct a happy home, the result is the fruitless and miserable. As the snake, however, enters the home that has built by others and prosper happy. इको नारायण देव पूर्व सृष्ट समवाय संहयते काल कलय कलपांत इदमीश्वरः इक इवादृत्यो बृदार्तद्वारो खिलाश्रयः. Here the Lord of Universe Narayan, who is worshipable God of all the living entities. Narayan himself is a worshipable God of each and every living entity. Without the extraneous assistance, the Lord created this universe by his own potency. God has created this entire universe by his own potency. And at the time of annihilation, the Lord destroyed the universe through his personal expansion of the time and withdraw all the cosmos, including all the conditioned living entities, and without himself. Thus, his unlimited self is shelter and reservoir of all the potency, and subtle pradhana, the basis of all cosmic manifestation, is conserved within the Lord, and in this way, not different from him. In the aftermath of the annihilation of the Lord stand alone. Lord himself stand alone after the annihilation of this material world. Lord God, Supreme Personality God, Lord Krishna has created all such a things, and He is a main cause for the all such a destruction or annihilation. So after the annihilation, Lord Krishna, He would stand alone because He has destroyed everything. Na? So we just have to understand this thing. When the Supreme Personality Godhead displays His own potency in the form of the time and guide His material potency, such as a mode of goodness, into the neutral condition of equilibrium, He remains as the supreme controller of the neutral state and called Pradhana. He is the Pradhana. Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality Godhead, He is a Pradhana. And as well as of the living entity, He is also the supreme worshipable object of the all beings, and include all the liberated soul, demigods, and ordinary condition of the soul. And thus the Lord is eternally free from all the material designation, and He constitutes the totality of the spiritual bliss, and which one is experienced by seeing the Lord's spiritual form. And Lord thus exhibit the fullest meaning of the word liberation. Fullest meaning of the word liberation. Or subduer of the enemy. At the time of creation of the personality, God had expanded His own transcendental potency in the form of the time and agitating His material energy Maya, and composed of the three material mode of the nature, and He created the Mahatattvas. He created the Mahatattva. He has created Mahatattva. And according to the great says that which is the basis of the three mode of material nature, which manifests the very variegated universe, is called the Sutra and Mahatattva. Sutra or Mahatattva. Mahatattvas are there for three mode of material natures, and indeed this universe is resting within the Mahatattva, and due to its potency the living entity undergoes the material existence. Living entity undergoes the material existence. So this is what I have make all of you learn about how to live a detached life or renounced order of life. We just have to surrender unto ourselves unto Lord Krishna, and we just have to live a secluded life. Like two bracelets collide with each other. If we remove one bracelet, then we can free from all kind of material line or material nature or material things. So if you are having any questions, any doubt, then please kindly put a comment. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe.